Hey everybody, my name is Steve and this is Dying of Exposure, and we are back with Noontime Nostalgia after a little bit of a break, just adjusting some quick audio levels here, and then we will get into it. We're going to make sure that we're not peaking too much here. There we go. Yeah, but welcome back to Noontime Nostalgia. We're back in it. Back in our world of Chrono Trigger. I missed it. I was a little busy past couple weeks during this time, but we're back to Thursdays and then Mondays as well. And so yeah, let's get in. Oh yeah, we're in the Magic Kingdom. I remember. Look at that scene. Look at that scene work right there. Continuing to adjust some more levels here. There we go. That looks good. All right. Oop. Did I just accidentally go backwards? I did. That's what I get for using not paying attention. Foreboding music. Not a good idea to have that sort of a outlook on the importance of your own subjective space. As always, we're smoking hookah. Right now I'm smoking straight mint. Alpha Gear's mint. I love that this world of like upper clouds sort of this world amongst the sky is like also the ocean. Like that's such a weird but cool way to go about a kingdom construction, right? Like also the ocean, also the other unexplored vast expanse. What's up with this Lord Janus? It's weird because it's like, you talking about me, bro? Talking about me? Well, I'm a weird foreigner. Ooh, I was not aware of that. Always unsettling. And like, it's different. And I'm like, is there yet again another, Oh yeah, new scratching spot. I don't know if that'll get me anything in the future, but it's nice to just, when someone has an itch, you can just scratch it. It's fine. There's nothing weird about that. One ring prophet is amazing. Every prophecy come to pass. Who is this wandering prophet? It's one of those, like, secret things where you're like, oh, if I burn it, something's gonna be worse later down the road. Yeah, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing when everyone disappears. What's up, Sam? Just playing some Chrono Trigger, you know. Ignoring the current world on fire, world in quarantine for a better time in the 90s when I didn't understand the complexities of social and political blight that we lived in. I don't need to go to the Mammoth Machine Chamber quite yet. Completion of the ocean penance. Eternal peace. Janice and Scala. Clutch portions of this plot. Will it be alright, though? Will it, Scala? Queen, there's some strangers hanging out on the stairs, just hella listening in on your very personal conversation in your bedchambers. I mean, like, that's a fair thing for a little kid to say. Like, there's no reason I should be approaching some unattended child in their room. Mr. Jones, I do not know what you are referring to by the text that you are typing. Are you still trying to see the next level into? I don't understand that phrase. That's kind of on me, I guess. I'm not grokking what you're describing. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. The next experience. What is it? It's in, like, equipment. Yeah. Yeah, that's a poor place to put. Like, the fact that it's not in here or in party is kind of odd. But yeah, it's right here. Earlier, what they're referring to is earlier I had been like, man, I wish you could see how many experience points you needed for your next level. And I didn't understand that it was in the equipment page. I like that this is the first time that they're like, this is the first time where they're like, oh yeah, Lavos, that villain that you know is a real problem. Not necessarily a villain at this point, but that cataclysmic event creature that you have to deal with. Yeah, we know that's where our power's coming from. God, what a cool thing, huh? This definitely has flying too close to the sun energy right here. I think this is the first time you also learned that Melchior is the guru of life. But yeah, I love this shot, this scene right here. Going to areas that we haven't been. What's up, Prophet? Yeah, this does kind of have a Ragnarok Online thing. I just said that she had business in the Ocean Palace. My name passed here. Oh yeah, chill weekend. I don't think I have any kind of formalized plans this weekend. Which means I'll probably be working on video editing and finally getting back to produced videos on Dying of Exposure's YouTube. Working on a couple different projects. Let's go back to the Mammon machine, maybe. Now I'm just gonna be held up here in my garage smoking hookah and editing videos. Boom. Let me in. Let me in! You in a panic situation, Mr. Jones, on that contract wrapping up on the job? You lining up some stuff? I mean, you've always been able to land on your feet pretty much with job changes, but... Yeah, I won't be surprised if you turn around and just have another job fairly quickly. All remote interviews, though, I assume. God, just come in and just immediately shade. I love this golem with his big belly mouth. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna survive this. I don't remember if I'm meant to survive this. Yep, right. I'm about to find out. Sam, I don't. You know, I've only really been streaming. Like, of course, there's a D&D stream. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I recalled correctly, you weren't supposed to. Like, you could survive. I think you can charm him, and like there might be a way to manipulate around it. But as far as advice for any kind of new streamers, keep to a schedule. Pick some regular times that you know weekly you will always have free. Of course, I did that after taking a couple weeks off the afternoon streams. But, like, I've only been doing the live streaming for, like, a few months. Like, I'm not a real streamer. I have looked at a lot of videos, though, so I can aggregate what those are. And then just sort of pick games and stuff that you want to play, and play them regularly. Make sure to set your videos to hold on Twitch. Because even though a lot of people don't watch those videos, they kind of expect them to be there. And yeah, other than that, just get comfortable, get a good situation, use it as an excuse to play games you want to play. Separate space from the house. I do this in the garage because I like smoking hookah, and I don't smoke hookah inside the house. The garage is attached to the house, but yeah, I do it in the garage. And I use my Xbox One controller and Steam. Yeah, you definitely, I mean, you can do it where you want. I see streamers do it from the living room, have shit going on in the background. You definitely want it to be a place kind of contained, though. You don't want background noise and such hitting you too much, right? So, like, someone can't be, like, watching the TV in the background. But, yeah, if you're just chilling, playing video games with your normal living space in the background. I also have an office that I don't use because I can't smoke hookah in it. but that you'll start seeing more of in certain videos, because I'm going to start doing my sort of like pre-recording before noon or 1 on most days. Yeah, this queen is fucked up. Oh, go for it. Prophet, you know a lot more about streaming than I do. Prophet's already given me some good advice that I'm going to be putting into effect over the next couple months. So, Sam, if you're thinking about it, you know, they're a knowledge source. Yeah, that. It's even worked for me at the little amount. Obviously, I do some stuff with Noir Grime since it's Bill Beats' thing, where I show up on their streams. I've recorded an EP on it. Sometimes I join them on Mondays. Yeah, I've gotten followers from that. I've gotten people that hop into my stuff for it. Yeah, it never hurts to like say like pull up a Skype call and have a streamer, another streamer while you streaming yourself, just to chit chat with, especially early on, and then they can bring their audience. So if you know anybody or if you're a fan of anybody, yeah, getting that, being active in chat rooms, that's all definitely good. Definitely collabs. What's up, Cloth and Pop? Definitely a Zordon situation. There's a lot of Zordon energy here. Hell yeah, and rescue Melkwire. I love how this game paces itself, because you're hopping around in time, right? And so that should be confusing. But, you know, remember, this came out in the Super Nintendo era, so a lot of the gaming audience was still children and teenagers in a significant percentage. So they had to come up with a way to get the player to care and know who Melkwire is. And so you've been meeting Melkwire at different times for different reasons, and they've already helped you out. That's why Frog's in your party. So, like the idea that Melkwire's in trouble, that these gurus are in trouble, you know one. You're very close to them. You actually know another one. I believe the Guru of Time is the guy at the end of time. Oh, shit's gonna get fucked up. Yeah, definitely never be nervous about streaming. You'll find every kind of streamer. There are people that literally barely talk and just play the games. There are people that don't ever get to the games that they want to talk about and get lost in the chat room. I kind of split it. Yeah, no, everything about that is filthy. Get him, cat. I want to watch you get curry stains on your shirt, Coffin Pop. This is tough. And you're like, fuck, how am I gonna get back here? You were a good bug in our campaign. Sorry you didn't get a lot of time, but we'll obviously have a fair amount of time for you to actually like play D&D this next Tuesday. Sometimes the character's just a bug for a good half to 2/3 of an entire session. Yeah, you have totally seen it. Ah, shit. I forgot to heal. God damn it, I forgot to heal. That was my bad. I forgot to heal. Forgot I was brought down to 1 hit point. Well, we're going to replay that whole section because my dumbass forgot to heal or save. But fortunately, we can just burn through it. It's good old times. This is when games didn't have auto saves, which is my bad. Burn through all this conversation. It's time to just sit back, relax, and smoke some hookah. This is why we have the hookah, so that we can just relax and enjoy it. Oh, I've got to talk to that one plant person. Make sure that, just making sure they didn't have a thing where... Gotta talk to that plant person. Nope, not that way. I think they're on this side. Go up here. Nope, not up here. Down this way, yeah. Sorry, trying to one-hand this. There we go. Just starting to use the D-pad. Grow it in secret. No, they just have a plant. I would like to see like a plant-based. Maybe I'll introduce that in Through the Mill. I'll do some like plant cryptids, plant monster-y things. Doesn't do shit. It's not going to take too long to come back and that's fucking cute as shit. You should build that into your character's backstory. I'm cool with that being in the world. You should build. I should take a look at that book, but feel free to build those poems and stories into the backstory of Trapper in Through the Mill. Alright, now that we've charged up the pendant. I like the callback to that where it's like, what trial awaits us next? These are the people. I'm just gonna let him kill me real quick. There we go. Have them talk about this. I'm building up another D&D campaign that I'm involving Kelsey, Aaron, Blaylock, and my buddy Ron, who I do the roles we play with. That's going to be like a podcast, like an edited podcast that we record once monthly. And that's going to be something where I actually pull a fair amount of historical pieces into it versus sort of made-up fantasy, video game typed, fantasy novel typed bullshit like I do. Yeah, I wanted to do like an edited thing since I listen to so many of them now, where we kind of record monthly and then I break it up into little like hour and 15-minute episodes. Because Potentially, but I'm keeping it to 3 people because it's easier to manage with just a GM and 3 people. I think that's kind of the magic number to do it. Plus, then having guests come in and do a character for like 3-4 episodes is always fun. Hide behind the camera. I'm still here. But yeah, so I'll start doing that, and that'll be on a podcast, and then up on the Dying of Exposure page, as well as, across all the things. Yeah. I mean, that was important for me. It's why I was like, okay, when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, Ron is definitely a good person because they've played a ton of tabletop and we've wanted to play together for a bit. And then I was like, I know Aaron's super funny. And then, of course, Kelsey. It's very, like, our Through the Mills cast was defined by who could do it and who wanted to do it, and I kind of just opened it up. And so, the diversity wasn't like a presupposed casting, if you will, versus this one, which I very kind of like deliberately have put people that I know should be entertaining. Yeah, I thought of it when it was happening, right? And I had to roll it for who was in it. But I actually didn't, I had a bit of gender variety, certainly, but I didn't really have a lot of, like, diversity in who was looking to do it. But I'm fixing that in this one. So the first thing we do... Yes, I will this time. Blue frog thingy. That's Frog. Frog is basically a paladin, essentially. There we go. And also save. Oh, you were talking about the little kid. There was Janice and Scala in the inside the thing. Or are you talking about this? In a much less real way, cosplay is sort of a dead handle for me since, as an artist, I'm going to be Steve going forward outside of Death Star. And so that's why I use Dying of Exposure, basically, for everything now. Oh, those guys. Yeah, no, that's a race of creatures. News. I know what you're talking about, Cloth and Pop. Yeah, news are a, just like a species in this. They're enlightened in this era. In the future, in the distant future, they're mostly enemies that you fight. Like, it's just like these Spekios in the future, these little white guys that are running around. They can talk, they can interact and play music and stuff. But in this era, they are beast monsters. It's because fiends in this world are like a species. And so pretty much any of the monster races are fiends, and at any given time, some of them can be smarter or like less intelligent or more intelligent. Yeah, I appreciate that Twitch just sort of lets you, like, every 30 days or 60 days, if you want to change your streamer name, you can do it. Most places are getting better about that. The new guy, in this era, it was an NPC. In future time, that race is usually monsters, like enemies. And just like in this era, Spekios are usually monsters and enemies, but in my time, they're potential real NPCs. Diplodocus. Yeah, Diplodocus are always pretty much enemies. Now I believe I want to go back to the future. Which I can't remember which one is the future. No. This one? No, not there. Yes. Shitty future. I think it's the first time I lost. I'm gonna try it one more time. There we go. It's easier than fighting your way through that area. Can't remember if it was this region or not. But we'll find out. Not trying to get into too many fights here. Oh yeah, this plays the end of the world. There are eating streams, weirdly enough. They get a little creepy. More of an OnlyFans thing, I think, in these days. Watching the end of the world. Ooh. See that strength capsule on my boy. Dodging bugs, just trying to make sure that I don't get hurt. Yep. That's fine. It's not like these will be hard enemies, right? Make sure I don't make any noise while I'm wandering around. Can't talk to the cat. Which breaks my heart. Deal with these little pollution mucks. Oh yeah, you gotta spell them. You gotta spell them. I'm about to having to change over this hookah bowl here in a moment. That's how you handle pollution, folks. Hit it with the magic lightning spell. Works every time. You should try it. Hookah is delicious. I love it. It's not good for you. Still smoking. Don't own one or else you're gonna smoke it too much like I do. But, yeah. Before the quarantine, there were many a hookah lounge that people could, entertain. Yeah. Yeah, if you've got real tough asthma, it's probably not good. I know plenty of people with asthma that smoke weed, though, and various things. You also could smoke it properly, which means that you don't inhale it, like pipe tobacco. That's not how most Westerners smoke it, but, it's actually, you know, like how it's supposed to be smoked, or not smoked, I should say. Get out of this stupid area. Should go to a public space and just scare the shit out of everyone, smoke hookah, and just cough like you're dying. They'll all panic. No, don't do that. That's mean. It's mean. Ooh, alluring top, huh? Yeah. Wow. What's the alluring top? Oh, it's an item. What is it? Oh, it's specifically for Ayla. No, I'm good with Ayla's thing. Yeah, people that have their masks down in public are bad people. They're bad people. Where is that guy's lab? Searching for where I'm supposed to go. No, I'm pretty sure it's back where I started. No, not super good. That 1 p.m. long time project. I do not miss that about working in offices. My biggest gripe of the day. is that I have to suffer mowing the lawn, which I do hate. I do dislike it a lot. That's my biggest gripe for the day. They're dead. They're dead. Not gonna matter, bro. Oh yeah, Sam, I don't work anymore. I'm a full-time house spouse. I cook and I clean and take care of dog appointments and stuff like that. And then I do this. I'm working on slowly building up Dying of Exposure and pursuing other creative things and D&D podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Like, it's a little weird. I would say that not having the sense of urgency of doing things while working, makes me a little less motivated to do them, right? I don't know how that compares with the exhaustion of not wanting to do anything because, you know, I'm tired from work. So there's that, but like there's no way I could do even these Twitch streams, do 2 D&D campaigns a week, work on music, basically do all of it. I feel like it's not here, but maybe I'm nuts. Alright, what am I in right now? Where do I go? Clearly I'm lost. Where do I go? Time to go to the internet. Okay, so I do go through the sewers, but how do I go through the sewers? Okay, so I gotta go to the sewers. I was pretty sure it was in there, but a little bit of pointless back and forth. But that's the way of JRPGs when you don't know where to go. Fuck it, I'll race again. Good, MC-117. Just messing around in the deep future. Ah, fuck. And failing at racing Johnny. Try it one more time here. There we go. You do. There we go. You might get bonuses for exact numbers. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta figure out where I go in the sewers. To get myself to the next section. Yeah, no, we've known each other for a long time, Sam. Absolutely we have. It's crazy to think about. Where do you live again, MC117? What state? You don't have to give me, like, the neighborhood. Calm down, Crawley. I was supposed to beat you at level 10, so you don't really have a lot. Yeah, I was living out in Pennsylvania, man. It's awesome. Need to load up my shisha here, so we're gonna take a moment. Get all the required stuff. What time did you go over to Pennsylvania? That's nice. I like a good amount of, like, familiar nature, or, like, pseudo-familiar nature when I'm in an area. Ah. Yep, gotta move where the family is. Fortunately, I will never move where my family is because my sister lives in San Francisco, so, like, not affordable. Not even remotely, even compared to here. And then my mother lives in Arizona, and that's just not an option. And then some of my family still live out in, like, the Vegas area. Also not an option. I love Vegas, but not to live. Nice. Come on, don't you want to live in the priced out, incredibly difficult, gentrified, even within middle class communities area back here? Come on, come on. 117, it's super good. Where nobody can afford rent, much less homes. Yeah, no. There's like, the only reason that I function out in this area specifically is because I work in tech, or worked in tech. And then the only reason we can buy a house or live in a purchased home is because Kelsey is a developer. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you going. going like, I bought this and this doesn't exist in the Northwest. Not surprisingly, our home is over $400,000, and it's just like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's just a rambler. It's good. I like it. I like living and renting, but it's ridiculous. It's absurd. Yeah. Well, desirable states and all, right? That's the thing, right? PA knows that people would actually want to live there. Or maybe it's a northeastern thing. Maybe it's just a northern thing, right? Like, other than California and, like, sections around Dallas and Austin, most of the South has much more affordable... I guess I was in not Minneapolis. Wherever Gen Con is. Indianapolis. And, their housing was fairly cheap. They had some real nice, like, brick columns in the front, kind of like, homes for, like, $200,000. And then, like, your standard, like, regular siding rambler, you're looking in the low hundreds, mid to low hundreds. Hell yeah, work from home. Yeah, I suppose quarantine didn't change that much for you, MC117. In that regard, at least. In that one small gift. Yeah, like, I would definitely. A lot of my former coworkers are in my Thursday game that I run. They'll be running tonight. D&D game, and they've all been remote for like the last several months, and don't look like it's going to change at all for the next several months. It's very interesting. I'm super excited to see if that just becomes standard or not, because that company was like pulling teeth to get people. Like, the remote capability was there. I used to work remote like once a week, but like I had to really finagle my way into them being comfortable with that. For whatever reason. And then Kelsey's, of course, been remote. As a developer, it's very easy to work remote. I actually prefer the idea of mixed. In my perfect working world, I would work remote 2 days a week and just go into an office. Well, actually, in my perfect working world, I'd work remote 2 days a week, and I'd go into the office 2 days a week, and I'd have 3 days off. If I were still in the regular human job market. I'm a social creature. I like interacting directly with people. Yeah, that's often it. If what happened? Did my sound go out? Why did my sound go out? That was weird. Maybe it's just because I was on the pause screen for so long. Oh yeah, convenience. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's going to be some significant adaptation. I'm really interested to see what happens with the commercial real estate market and the commercial like rental markets, because like companies are going to understand that it's much cheaper. Like, they can maintain much smaller offices, right? So once they figure that out, once they start doing that on the regular, a lot of companies aren't going to be looking to spend all that money to keep all those workstations going, keep all that bandwidth available. It's cheaper for rental, it's cheaper for electricity, it's less equipment that you have to maintain in the office. You know, you can just start issuing people laptops. There's almost an expectation in remote tech that if they issue you your laptop, whether it's a Windows or MacBook or what have you, that if you want things like multiple monitors, keyboards, mice, that stuff you provide, they give you the laptop and then you provide everything else. And so that's less equipment there. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of companies are there. And again, it doesn't have to be a situation where people are like, oh, well, they'll just have more permanent. No, they can rotate people in if they want to have those office things. They can have people just come into the office and kind of schedule the workday around doing like a weekly meeting or something where everybody sort of comes in. It kind of depends on the industry, right? I mean, I think it was PayPal, somebody that just confirmed that they were going to be full-time, like allowing people to work remote after the pandemic. Like, I'm sure, again, and imagine places like San Francisco, right? Where everything's crazy expensive. Ooh, Thunderblade, huh? Actually, it might be garbage. Oh, yeah. Pure garbage. Yeah, I'm excited because it means that they'll, like, okay, so long-term prediction. This is just supposition, of course. I'm not like a city planner or an economics major, but with the reduction in commercial property, right? Commercial office needs, cities like Seattle, San Francisco, New York, pretty much any major metropolitan sprawl is going to need to reduce its overall footprint, right? So it's going to save itself money, which means that office space will become fallow. Now, that's going to be a hit to the economy for a little bit, but what's going to happen is those buildings are going to need to be repurposed. Like, they're sitting there, they're not going to be 30% empty the whole time. That's not going to make any sense for them. So what we're going to probably find is, in my mind, what we'll probably find is we'll probably find residences and retailers and other spaces that might need them, as well as community functions. So what hopefully we'll see is more like people coming in to convert them to, like low-cost, high-density housing. Which will hopefully reduce the market cost, because they'll also have to, encourage again the fun of living in a metropolitan area. But right now, if you have more people with money to inject into the system working remotely in like tech sectors or other regions, then they're going to live where they can buy more property. So you have to cater to people who don't do that. And so we could see a slight return to the idea that you can live in the city for a little bit less expensive. Maybe you don't have a car. Maybe you're still working remote, or maybe you're working somewhere else in the city, but it's easy to bus to or bike to. Like, my big problem with Ballard was that it was so isolated, right? It was like you were in Seattle, but like it was a pain in the ass to get out of Seattle to anywhere. All of that side is until you get north enough, and that really bothered me, or bothers me. Made me not want to go to Ballard, I should say. There's my blue boy. Yeah, that's the only thing. It's like whenever I stay in like a Portland, Sam, whenever I stay in like Portland, or when we were in Crown Heights, New York, or when we're down in San Francisco in like the city, having the access to just sort of walk somewhere. We ended up being in the Highlands of Renton, so it's not quite walkable to things, but like it would have been cool to be able to find a place in like quote unquote downtown Renton. Yep, we know this, because we've been to that past era. Hell yeah. Yeah, Renton sort of became the area where it's like, oh, you know, is this price-wise? It's like Bellevue, Kirkland, of the East Side. Clawson pops up in the North End. And I've got another couple people that are up, like, northern suburbs. Yeah, I know. Getting in and out of Renton is a nightmare. You basically have to just assume that you're not going to hang out with people until 8 p.m. and that you have to be willing to stay up until like midnight if you're doing Renton hangouts on things. We also kind of prepared to do this because I have a suspicion that some more of the people I know are going to move even further south because Renton at this point is almost prohibitively expensive. I'm fine with it being called the Epoch. Nope, gotta be close to Bellevue for Kelsey's work. And then I gotta be closer to Seattle for like reasons of going into Seattle. Hell yeah, CG cutscene. Or AMV cutscene. Yeah, that kind of shit is unacceptable to me in a modern civilization. Closing roads because of snow. In this region. It's not like we get 3 feet. What was that? And now this is just like a nice place. Yeah, hurrah for the hero indeed. It's cool when a game gives you like the results of what happened in it. Like I rescued this area, so it's safe now. I can get the crappiest weapons if I want them. Yeah, Chrono Trigger soundtrack is the best video game soundtrack of all time. Like, there's lots of great video game soundtracks, but there's nothing like Chrono Trigger's soundtrack. It's just the best. Oh yeah, I wanted to, go to check out the chests in the tavern. I believe there's one in here somewhere. I might be wrong. already at max speed. Who needs speed? Who needs speed? You know what? We will give speed to our little robot buddy. I think. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to hit up one of our shelters. Sure, everybody's at full MP, full health. And then we are going to save, and I think this is a good stopping point because I'm going to be in the sand thing for a while. And I'd like to do this before I move on with the Break the Seal quest. So I think this is a good stopping point for the day. It's been almost a couple hours. So I am going to stop for now, but thank you everyone that joined me for Noontime Nostalgia here on Dying of Exposure. Appreciate it, Sam, Cough and Pop, MC117, Mr. Jones, as always, Prophet. I will be back on. Nice to see you too. It's good to interact. Oh yeah, Wogs for I'm gonna be swapping out. Actually, that's a good idea. Before I forget, I'll probably swap. You know what? We're gonna try the classic team here. Let's save this. But nonetheless, I'll be back. What is it, Thursday? So I'll be back next Monday at noon Pacific again to continue my Chrono Trigger adventures. Also, we have Through the Mill. That's the D&D adventure that we play. So for anyone that wants to hang out and watch that, can't really be too talkative with the chat on that. That happens every Tuesday, 7:30 Pacific or 7:30 p.m. Pacific. And then the previous episodes are uploaded to the YouTube, youtube.com/Dying of Exposure. Dying of Exposure. You can follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter there, or on Instagram, which is dying_of_exposure, like here on Twitch. But thank you very much, and you all have a good afternoon. Let's all look forward to Friday and having a weekend maybe of relaxation.